It is a quiet truth that we are often shaped by the spaces we inhabit. Your current environment is essentially a physical map of your history, a collection of echoes from the version of yourself you are ready to outgrow. When you set a powerful new intention or commit to a life-changing goal, your surroundings become your most honest mirror. They constantly reflect your old habits and past choices, often clashing with the vision of who you are becoming. This clash is not merely a matter of aesthetics, it is a profound psychological friction that drains your energy before you even begin your day. When your eyes land on an old stack of papers or a room that feels stagnant, your brain subconsciously triggers memories of the person who struggled, the person who procrastinated, or the person who didn't believe they were enough. It is a silent dialogue between your past and your future, where the old version of you is constantly trying to convince the new version to stay small and safe. Breaking this cycle requires a radical act of honesty, looking at every corner of your life and asking yourself whether it serves the person you are today or the ghost of who you were yesterday. By acknowledging this, you start to see that your environment isn't just a place where you live, but a living extension of your own identity that needs to be curated with the same love and intention you give to your own thoughts. This is why, alongside your inner mindset, your environment stands as the most critical factor in your transformation. Everything you see and touch plays a role in this delicate balance. It starts with the immediate walls around you, from the desk where you work to the rooms where you rest, but it extends far deeper into the objects you own and the energy they carry. Most importantly, it includes the people you share these spaces with and the invisible threads of connection between you. These relationships can either anchor you to your old identity or provide the wind you need for your sails. To truly align your world with your new direction, you have 3 powerful paths to explore. You can choose to physically change your environment by refreshing what surrounds you, or you can shift your internal relationship to those very same things. Sometimes, the most profound shift happens when you remove yourself entirely, stepping into a new space that allows you to see everything from a completely different perspective. Each choice is a step toward making sure your reality finally matches the greatness you are creating within. Once you recognize these patterns, the path to transformation begins with a single deliberate change. Imagine walking into a room that feels cluttered or chaotic. By simply choosing to tidy that space, you are doing much more than cleaning. You are signaling to yourself that a clear environment leads to a clear mind. This simple act becomes a living affirmation, a quiet but powerful reminder that you are deeply committed to the person you are becoming and the vision you are bringing to life. Think of these small acts of organization as sacred rituals of self-respect. When you choose to clear a space, you are essentially telling the universe that you are ready for more, that you have the capacity to handle greater responsibilities and more beautiful experiences. It is about the micro wins that build the muscle of discipline. A desk that is ready for creation, a bed that is made with care, or a kitchen that invites nourishment, these are not chores, but love letters to your future self. They create a sanctuary where your new identity can breathe and expand without the suffocating weight of disorder. This physical clarity acts as a protective barrier, ensuring that even when the outside world feels chaotic, your immediate reality remains a temple of focus and calm where your dreams are allowed to take root and grow in peace. As you move through this shift, you might find that the people around you hold different views or stay rooted in their own opinions. It is important to remember that while everyone is entitled to their perspective, their journey does not have to dictate yours. You have the quiet strength to inform those in your circle about your new priorities and the commitments you've made to yourself. You don't need to argue, prove your worth, or seek their approval. You simply need to state your truth with clarity and grace, taking full responsibility for keeping your world in harmony with your intentions. There are times, however, when your physical surroundings seem impossible to change, and you might feel stuck in a place that doesn't quite fit your dreams. In these moments, the most profound shift happens within your own perception. You can choose to look at the same walls and the same objects through a different lens, questioning the stories you've told yourself about them. By letting go of limiting beliefs about your environment, you reclaim your power, proving that your internal state is ultimately the true creator of the reality you experience every day. If these reflections are resonating with you and helping you see your surroundings in a new light, I invite you to join our growing community of intentional creators by subscribing to the channel. I would also love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Perhaps share one small change you are making in your space today to honor the person you are becoming, as your journey might just be the spark someone else needs to start their own. When you choose to shift your internal perspective, something remarkable happens. You no longer need the world around you to change in order to feel free. By altering your beliefs and your relationship to your current circumstances, you dismantle the very limitations that once held you back. This internal recalibration creates a powerful ripple effect, turning your surroundings from a source of friction into a positive feedback loop that constantly reinforces your growth. Instead of being drained by unconscious habits, you begin to be energized by the intentional choices you've made, allowing every corner of your life to reflect your dedication. Imagine the peace of walking into a space that finally breathes with you, where every organized shelf and every clear surface serves as a silent partner in your journey. Even the people in your life, once sources of potential conflict, now exist in a space of honest communication. They don't need to be your biggest fans or even agree with your path. It is enough that you have shared your truth openly. When your environment is no longer a battlefield of mismatched energies, your entire reality aligns with your goals, creating a unified front that supports your every move. By streamlining your world in this way, you effectively quiet the background noise that so often slows us down. You clear out the lingering interferences and old echoes that disrupt your focus, building a sanctuary that protects your momentum. This clarity is your strongest defense against the shadows that usually creep in when we feel unsupported. By mastering your environment, you tackle the root of that classic, heavy challenge we all face at some point, the quiet arrival of self-doubt. We have all felt that surge of euphoria, that spark of pure inspiration where we are ready to change everything and become the person we've always dreamed of being. Yet, so often, we are met with that next-day doubt, where the initial fire fades and is replaced by confusion, frustration, and the sudden urge to give up. This next-day doubt is the natural resistance of the ego, a predictable shadow that follows any bright light of inspiration. It is the moment when the mind tries to pull you back into the comfort zone of the familiar, whispering that your new path is too difficult or that you aren't truly ready. However, when you have already put in the work to upgrade your environment, you have essentially built a fortress against this very resistance. Your surroundings act as a nonverbal anchor, holding you steady when your emotions are in a storm. You may feel weak in your heart, but when your eyes see the order, the beauty, and the support you have intentionally placed around you, your environment speaks the truth that your doubt is trying to hide, that you are capable, that you are worthy, and that you have already started the journey toward your highest self. This is precisely why elevating your environment is such a transformative practice. It acts as a safety net, a powerful physical reaffirmation that holds your vision for you even when your own mind starts to waver. When you have done the work to align your surroundings, they become your silent partners in times of insecurity. If you walk into your office or approach a friend while feeling lost, a conscious environment has the opportunity to reflect your true aim back to you. Instead of being met by a messy room or a relationship clouded by unspoken words, things that only remind you of your past failures, you are greeted by spaces and people that elevate you. They serve as a mirror to the conviction and faith you had when you first began, gently pulling you back into the state of being that is necessary for your success. By infusing your world with this kind of intentionality, you are essentially creating a gift that keeps on giving. Every investment you make in your home, your habits, and your relationship starts to pay out dividends, propelling you forward exactly when you need it most. This is the true beauty of taking your inner consciousness and spreading it throughout your reality. You are no longer fighting against your world, you have turned it into a sanctuary that breathes life into your goals and constantly reminds you that you are exactly where you need to be. To help you dive deeper into this process of internal and external alignment, I've created a special gift for you. You can find a link in the description to download a free self-inquiry workbook, specifically designed to help you peel back the layers of your current environment and rediscover the clarity of your true intentions. It is a gentle space for you to ask the big questions and start building the life that truly feels like home.